The art I create, it just like comes into my head. It's hard to explain. I have this thought and then I work it out in my mind of how I'm going to make it. It's not anything where I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a dog today or something. It's just things that I've been wanting to do or I try to do, and my mind's just like these photos and things going off in my head. I create animal art and I also create jewelry. The collies is because that's my favorite breed. How did I get started? It's my favorite part. I went on Melrose Avenue shopping and I saw these really neat hats. And I thought, oh, I can make these. So I started playing around making these hats, and then there was an ad in the paper in Berkeley. And I thought, I should call them and get my stuff in that store. So I go in there, bring all my hats, and Donna looks at them. She's like, yeah, we'll take these, that's great. All of a sudden I turn around and then comes Whoopi Goldberg into the store with her hairdresser, Julia. And so Julia looks over and she says, oh, you should get a hat. And she goes, I'd like a hat, but my hair is like too big. It's hard to get a hat. So all of a sudden I can make you one. She's like, you can? I said, oh yeah, I can make you one. She goes, I wear a size 38. And in my head I'm thinking, what the heck is a 38? And how am I gonna make you a hat? Oh my God, what'd I just do? So I had to guess, make a hat, and 38 inches is what I guess she was thinking. So I brought it down there, and one thing led to another. She loved the hat, and so I made her about, I think, 12 hats. But we were sitting in her trailer, and she says, so you're a manicurist, huh? I said, yeah. And she goes, you ain't gonna do that all your life. I said, I don't know, it pays the bills. And she goes, I used to do makeup on dead people. And she laughed. She goes, do you think that was going to be my job? And I thought, well, no, I see what you're doing now. She goes, do what's passionate for you. Just follow your passion and just do it. She goes, you don't want to do that. If you want to be a manicurist, fine, but I don't see that. And so I took her advice and I just quit my day job and started sculpting and doing jewelry and stuff. And then I got my collies and I started showing dogs, and I thought, this is kind of cool. I think I'll start sculpting these dogs. I find people love animal jewelry so much because they relate it to their own animals and their own dogs. And I noticed too, one thing is when I don't put color on them, they kind of go, oh, it's a collie. But then when I put the color on them, they're like, oh my gosh, it looks just like so-and-so. I gotta have it. So I use a lot of color in my work. I get inspired by like the people and how excited they are about my work. So then that gets me excited, and it's like, I've got to think of what's next, what's coming up next in my head. And so then I came up with this balloon project. I like to get the paint inside the glass, because that way you're not like, cleaning the outside and it's all coming off. When I'm working on it, I have to use like a air dry sculpting clay. And so I have to sculpt a little thingy on top because we're gonna hang it. And then I have to make like a little basket, and then I've got to put little eyelet screws. You put those on the bottom, of course, and you hang your little chain, and then you put your little basket. I made a little decorative little house and found a little mechanism, made a little hanger, and then you can hang it on the top. So now it's a little flying balloon. I know a piece is finished when there's just nothing more I can do to it. It's inside, and you just step back and you're like, I can't believe I made that. And I can't wait to like show people what I did, because I want them to get just as excited as I did when I made it. And then of course when they do, I think, okay, now I gotta make something else even better than that one. Even in person, when they see my stuff, they get the smiles on their face. When I see that, I get excited, because that's what I want it to do. I want them to feel something for it. And so that makes me happy. I just want to be able to say I did that, and I made it this way, and I made it that way, and everything I do, people like think, oh my gosh, she's doing something else, and I just don't want to be like the painter or the sculptor. That's why I do so many different things. It's just, I want to be able to say, I created all these different things, and everybody loves everything. That's because they just find something in something I make, and this way I make things that are usable. And I make things that are different, and they can collect everything that, they can even wear my stuff. So I just want it all out there.